Support printing Qur'ans for non-Muslims. Just £1 per copy. Contribute now for endless rewards. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. Loads of videos you may have seen of deep fake technology where people are asking you to guess which is deep fake and which is real. We have things like ChatGPT. You tell it what sort of letter you want and it will create one. You ask it to create a plan, a code, it will do it in its entirety. You also have Midjourney. Just type in what sort of picture you want and it will create it from scratch. And now the next step is being epitomized by Sora. Just like the previous two that I mentioned, you just type in one line and it will create a video from scratch for you. The examples that we can see here, you'll see a Japanese lady. Just one line has been typed in and that's it. It's created it and it looks so realistic. This woman doesn't exist. Now, this hasn't been released to the public yet, but just like ChatGPT, it will one day be accessible. They are just ironing out the kinks so it can't be misused. I'm not here to blow their trumpet, nor am I here to tell you, stay away from it, it's evil. Just like with ChatGPT and Midjourney and the likes, we use them, and to be fair, I will probably end up using Sora as well. But using something without any boundaries and constraints leaves you open to being manipulated and troubled. So what we're going to deal with is a few things that will help set those boundaries for us and understand how things like that can really take us off course. So the first one is the entertainment industry. Today the entertainment industry has certain constraints, budget, time, expertise, editors. But imagine that these storytellers now don't have those constraints. Their storytelling will be taken completely to a different level, which means their powers to engage and distract us will be much more stronger and effective. And in turn, if the movie's to do with propaganda, as we're seeing with the Modi controlled media in India weaponizing Bollywood, as also has happened in Hollywood with the likes of American Sniper. But having a tool like this that has no boundaries and constraints makes their propaganda more powerful. So what you'll have to do is make sure that you have the boundaries there, that propaganda has to go through all those filters before getting to you. And the next point I wanted to mention was adverts. The sole purpose of adverts is to get you to part with your money. And like a wise person once said, your money is your time, because you spent 3 hours to get X amount of money. So what you're doing is you're bartering with your time, and time is life. There's no machine on earth that gives you more time. Time is what makes life so valuable. So adverts will become more and more effective because, again, they won't be constrained by budgets, by editing staff, even by availability of things. Imagine if you can just type something. It's as if it's by magic. Saying a spell and boom, you see it materialize. Number two, it will make us doubt our senses. Just like now, loads of videos you may have seen of deep fake technology where people are asking you to guess which is deep fake and which is real. How are you gonna know? How is the average person who's busy working a 9 to 5 gonna have the time to sit down and look at all of these intricacies? So the question would be, who will we trust? What, the people that are behind the curtains? The people that are pulling the strings? Our leadership that are supporting war criminals? These individuals? No thanks. This should motivate us to draw closer to our Creator, who gives us objective morality and not subjective morality, which changes from culture to culture, from people to people. Number three, laziness. Oh yes indeed, because editing is a craft. You spend years learning how to edit, going on softwares. Lighting, you've got certain people that are experts in lighting, how to light up a scene. Here, you just type it in and it happens. So what is this really going to teach us? That you don't really have to learn this stuff. All you need to do is just memorize certain prompts. Yes, indeed. Just memorize, type, just do this, and you get what you want. Whilst before you would have to go out there, venture, learn, study, interact with people. You become more socially dynamic. But rather, today, especially because of social media and the likes, we're socially awkward. People are fantastic when they're using their thumbs, but face to face, it's awkward. And of course, if war was to break out and technology got affected and we're back to living on the elements, how on earth is this or this gonna be of any help? So don't become lazy and not train your kids up with the elements. Go camping with them, go fishing with them, teach them how to grow their own foods, teach them about these things. Also teach them about Surah and AI as well, not as the primary way of seeking income and a livelihood, because there's barakah in harakah, yet there is blessing in movement. Yeah, scientists tell us this. Sitting at home just going like this and producing a blockbuster isn't gonna be good for you in the long run. So use it, AI and all of these things, as a secondary, as a support. Number 4, if you combine these with the headsets, the virtual reality headsets, it's as if you can create your own world. Escape from the real world into a world of desires. Whatever you want, you just type in. It's like paradise. Ooh, and this is what the atheists say.
Oh, you guys are worried about the hereafter. There is no paradise. Make this world your paradise.
But then it's everybody for themselves, because everybody wants to accumulate as much as they can and to get joy for themselves. Why care about somebody else if you're going to become dust? So similarly, again, it's a form of escapism from the real world. Yeah, you don't want to just be going to work miserable, because if you know that the real life means something, then what you're going to do is, I'm not happy at work, I need a change of career. But how are you going to do that if you know, at home I just go into my other world? Again, it's like a Black Mirror episode. The guy goes to work the whole day and then he comes home and, you know, he's got his own little world there where he's the boss. And lastly, I use the words magic, paradise, which is going to give us the delusion that human beings are the bizzle. Yeah, we are the real deal, and that's going to delude us from our dependencies. Like, we are dependent upon God for everything. Think about it. We're dependent on something, that's dependent on something. You cannot have an infinite regress of dependent things. There has to be something that's known philosophically as a necessary being. This is titled as the contingency argument for the existence of God. So no matter what technology we have, it's not going to protect us from death. It's not going to stop us from eating. We're still going to need to eat. We're still going to need to go to the toilet. Let them not delude us into thinking that we are something bigger than we are. So when they do come, use them in moderation, understand their limitations, and do not become deluded. Let's leave it there, guys. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.